Hi, and welcome to the Deep Dive, where I, the creator of The Deep End, will go more in depth about each of my shows. This is show number 9. I will go over the process of making the show, performing the show, and re listening back to it. Then I will give my final thoughts. To start off, when I was making it, this is, of course, a new ish format, so I didn't originally have an idea for what I wanted Croton and DJ's backstory to be, so I kind of had to make it up on the spot as I was like typing it out. But also, because before, typically I wouldn't do the like favorite song until the very end of the show, but now I'm choosing three favorite songs, so now I had to make the song choices personal to them. And then I kind of treated it as what I have is what I have. Like, I didn't really, not like I didn't care, but it was more like I'm not about to sit here and rehearse this thing 20 times over when this is kind of just, it's supposed to be a send off. It's not supposed to be some kind of grand finale. It, it was treated as more of a vague ending. Either this is genuinely the ending of the show or it's just a new beginning. But all of it didn't matter because I couldn't rehearse it anyway. Usually, like I said before, I'm in here an hour before I do my show, regardless of how much time I had, just to make sure like I can fix any grammatical errors, any like if something doesn't sound right as I say it out loud, I can retype it and just kind of practice my voice. But unfortunately, someone was in the studio before me, so I pretty much had about 5, 6 ish minutes to first get myself signed into everything and then, well, start my show. Now, I said before, like, you don't have to be as accurate as you need to be, but obviously, I can't just delay my show an hour, and nor did I want to, because, going home at 7 o'clock isn't the best. So, that, it peeved me a bit, but I got over it. Next, when it came to performing it, I had pretty decent energy. I did definitely sound a lot less excited with Croton and DJ, but most of it was just kind of roll with it. I made, um, I was still making mistakes, which Xander obviously called me out on. Um, but it was still like what I had is what I had, and I wasn't going to force myself to perfect it or anything, because the deep end is sloppy, or at the very least, the deep end is messy. There are moments where I'm like, I definitely could have done that better, but you know what? The show must go on, and people still need to be entertained. Now, this also led me to making the last minute decision of adding the SpongeBob theme song, or ending theme song, and then kind of just talking over it. That wasn't a part of the script, that was just me ad libbing. I did have some kind of things I wanted to talk about, but it was mostly just kind of stupid fun. Now, when it came to re listening back to it, first obviously was the Xander weirdness. I don't really think I had a genuine plan for the last part, because normally that's supposed to be the epilogue, but I pretty much wrap up all their stories within the first, second, and third section. So that one was just kind of like, all right, I'm going to do Xander, and he's going to kind of introduce the deep dive episodes essentially, and talk more about like some of the things I may have not talked about in the episodes there, and the whole like weirdness of him in general, how he's not supposed to be a character of this universe, he's someone else entirely. Um, but to me, it was still like it felt like a satisfying ending. Like some, yeah, some might disagree with it, but to me, I wanted to leave it at this is either the end of this show entirely, or this is a stepping stone for the next stages of any career I have. Um, and then finally, if you had been screaming at me for each show, I finally noticed the audio weirdness. Specifically in Deep Blue, I noticed, wait, I can't actually hear, like, I don't know what it was specifically. I think it was because like the audio was set to stereo compared to like mono or something like that. So it was like trying to use multiple speakers that weren't there. So that's why some of the songs sounded empty. Um, and unfortunately, I can't really go back and fix that unless I just want to completely cut out the song and replace it with the original one. But once again, that's a lot of work, and I want to leave the core shows as unedited as possible. Now, when it comes to my final thoughts, whether this be the end of my dreams or the beginning of my career, I'm glad I was able to have the chance to do this and share it with you all. And with that, that is the end of the deep dive. If you had a question that I didn't answer in this, feel free to drop it down into the comments, and I will try to answer it as soon as possible. And with that, you have yourself a great day.